We are going to study a theory today. Theory is about the Herzberg, the name of the author of the theory, and the two-factor theory is the name of theory. Herzberg, his time period is from 1923 to 2000, and his famous theory is called two-factor theory. He did some research based on some questionnaires with some skilled employees, and he concluded something. Basically, the area of his research was focused on identifying two factors. One, the factors that lead to the very good feelings about the work, factors that lead to very good feeling, extraordinary feeling, pleasant feelings about the work. And the factors that lead to negative opinions and negative feelings about the job. Negative feelings about the job. So these are two factors that he were actually researching and trying to identify those two factors. The conclusions that he drawn from his research on 200 employees were there are five main factors that lead to good feelings about the work and that lead to motivation in the work and that are called motivators. The presence of these five factors will motivate the workers. These five factors are achievement, for example, if the environment of organization is supportive enough to achieve something, the targets that employee has made for himself or the organization has given to him, if the environment is supportive enough to achieve and achievements can be obtained easily, this will be working as a motivator for the employees. The work itself, for some employees, for example, for teachers, the work itself is a very good motivator. Responsibility, giving responsibility to the employees. We have studied in earlier theories too that human is basically authority freak and they run after the authority, and if they are giving authority and power, they are motivated. Recognition for the achievements, if they have achieved their targets what they made and they are recognized that they have done something positive for the community, for the business, they get motivated for that. And finally, advancement. It means the promotion, growth kind of stuff. Workers do not want to remain in one job for whole of their life. They want to get promoted because their financial and non-financial needs both are attached with the promotions. And if they are promotions, if they are promoted, it means that they'll get motivated. These are the five factors that he said that are work as the motivator in the business organizations. For him, the most important motivators out of these are work itself, advancement, and responsibility. He said out of these five, these three are the most important motivators. Then he identified another set of factors that are called hygiene factors, basically, but they work as dissatisfiers. He said that job dissatisfaction arises from these factors. Job dissatisfaction arises from these factors. These factors are basically company policy, An unclear company policy, a company policy having negative attitude towards the employees will result in the job dissatisfaction of the employees. Administration. An administration with a very close supervision and not allowing employees to do the job with their own way, to to handle the things in their own way, will result in the dissatisfaction of employees. Again, a close supervision, as I said earlier, will lead to the dissatisfaction. Salary. Not enough salary will also lead to the dissatisfaction of the employees. If they are not able to meet their financial needs, they are not able to buy whatever they want to, or they are suffering with their basic means of life, it means that employees will be dissatisfied and they will leave the job. And fifth one is the working condition. Poor, non-hygienic, unhygienic working conditions will lead to the dissatisfied workers and they will leave the job. He named these 5 factors as hygiene factors. So if the hygiene factors are poor, it will mean that employees will be dissatisfied from the work and they will leave the job. Okay. If we talk about the organizations now, according to Herzberg's point of view, even if the dissatisfiers, I mean the hygiene factors are there, and employees are satisfied that their salary is okay, their company policy is fine, it does not mean that they will be motivated to work. But organization will have to remove the dissatisfactions from the employees first. If the dissatisfactions are removed, then they will have to give the motivators, I mean the achievement stuff, the work that they like, responsibility, advancement, recognition, and all that. Such motivators will lead them towards the increase in the motivation of the employees, and they will perform better. Okay. He also considered these factors in the terms of intrinsic and the extrinsic factors. The work itself kind of stuff are called the intrinsic factors, and the other things that surrounds the job that are related with the job environment are called the extrinsic factors. Now, coming to the consequences of the hygiene two-factor theory. The consequences, the business management leaders understood after this theory that the higher pay and the better working conditions will help organizations to remove the dissatisfaction about the work. They understood that the dissatisfaction will be removed, but if they want to effectively motivate the employees, the hygiene factors won't work to effectively motivate the employees. But however, the motivators will work to motivate the employees, that I told you earlier, that they will have to develop recognition for the achievement, star reward, the work itself that is liked by the employee, and they are fit for that work and all that. Okay, so motivators needed to be in place if the organizations want workers to willingly and passionately work for organization and increase their productivity. Herzberg suggested that the workers should be given job enrichment to increase the productivity and the motivation of the employees. What is this job enrichment? That is suggested by the suggested by the Herzberg. We'll talk about it. Hygiene is basically what we call the vertical growth in job, in which employees are given extra responsibilities employees are given extra responsibilities that require more challenging skills, more advanced skills will be better word. He introduced some methods of the job enrichment too. The first thing that can be opted, the first feature that can be opted for the job enrichment is complete unit of work. Usually in the age of specializations, the employees are not given such situations that they manufacture a whole product that gives them a sense of ownership of that product. They are in the age of specialization. They are even producing a minute part of the product that is important in the whole production process, but that does not give them a sense of ownership that I have made a complete part of a complete product or complete part of the product. This also results repeatedly doing a task. This also results in some kind of boredom in the workers, and by repeatedly doing a task, the dissatisfaction among the workers also starts rising. So Herzberg came up with the idea that the workers should be allowed to produce a complete unit of the product, especially in the works that require the assembling or something like that. The worker should be allowed to assemble the products. In such cases, the worker will be feel more motivated because they will own that product that they have assembled. Similarly, in the service industry, this can be done that a complete making of a software should be allotted to whole team, and that team will be completely doing and completing that project and task. This will be called the concept of complete unit of work. So this making of this complete unit of work will motivate the employees. Then he said that the regular two-way communication, that is called feedback on performance, would be there. Feedback on performance. As I said, two-way communication. Usually in the organization, especially in the autocratic style of organization, the orders are just passed to the lower management, lower workers, and they just follow those orders and complete their task. But according to Herzberg, if you want to communicate if you want to motivate the employees, it means that communication between the workers and management should be a two-way communication. If they have done a good work, the organization will should give them feedback on their extraordinary task. And if they have made something wrong, then also the feedback should be given in the positive way so that they can improve in the future. Then a range of tasks, the third concept. To increase the flexibility of the workers, they should be given range of tasks. And at least initially they should be provided a range of tasks to be completed on time. This will help workers to fulfill their self-actualization needs. This will help workers to do those tasks that apparently look a little challenging, and if they complete those tasks, it will help them to fulfill their self-actualization needs, and in fact it will help them to rate better of their jobs. Now I'll make for you a smaller chart for the job enrichment so that we can understand job enrichment in a better way. This is a diagram that will help us to understand job enrichment in a better way. Job enrichment includes such jobs that creates the chances of personal development. That also requires workers to show responsibility, that also gives worker autonomy. Such jobs require high knowledge and skills. They have considerable variety, as we have discussed earlier, that workers should be given range of tasks. Uh, they used to produce a meaningful unit of the work. A meaningful unit of the work. So these are few things that can be attached with the job enrichment stuff, and this job enrichment will help employees to produce and better to improve their productivity and to be motivated in the business organization. If you've seen that, I'm moving forward towards the evaluation of the Herzberg's work. As a result of the Herzberg's work, the team working has become more popular and it has become part of every organization's agenda now. And usually people allot a whole task to the whole teams, and there are lots of benefit of that working too, because if some team member in weak in something, it can be covered in the whole team. And if sometimes people are too good in doing something, the teams perform. For example, in the university stuff, you will go and you will find out that you are good at making presentations, you will make presentation. Another is good at speaking, he will be speaking on your behalf and presenting the stuff in front of the teachers. Another one is good at some PDF changing kind of stuff, and he can do some picture changing and all that in your presentation. So that's always teamwork, and a teamwork can always perform better when you are doing a complete project. So team working has become popular since the introduction of this theory. Secondly, workers are being made more responsible. Responsibilities are being given to the workers. And this also improves the motivation of the workers, especially in the quality control departments. The workers are being made responsible for the improvement of the quality control. When we'll study A2, we'll talk about this, that how total quality management has involved workers by considering them internal customers, and the whole responsibility has been put onto the shoulders of the workers. And the effective communication between the workers and managements has also improves, and the firms that has not improved much are looking forward towards the ways that can improve the communication, two-way communication between the workers and the management. Effective communication between workers and management. And I told you that the firms that are lacking a little behind, they are also trying to improve the communication between the two-way communication between the workers and the management. Feedbacks are also being given. Feedbacks are also being received from the workers on the management actions. So this was the Herzberg theory, one of the most tested theories from us in the examination. Most of the questions you will find in this chapter have been tested from the Herzberg's theory.